This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
I've got a couple of stories to get to with college basketball coaches. I wonder what's going to escalate here with Fred Hoiberg. Not getting a lot of attention right now at Nebraska, but there is now video of Fred Hoiberg during a court storming just hitting, evidently in the head, a student. I think that's what happened. There is some audio and different angles of this, but there's a court storming and the Nebraska coach loses against Iowa. That's one angle that's close up, but from a different angle. And that one has sound too, and you hear what sounds like a student, but that is a swipe. Like that is he hits a dude in the head. Tony's saying play on there.
He did not hit him in the head. Let's be very, very clear. He takes a swipe at the phone, does not hit him in the head.
Okay, so missed him.
I'm with Tony.
All right, so missed him. So missed is him, but comes close to hitting him in the head. So I guess, yeah, if you don't hit him, it doesn't count as hitting him, right? What are you saying, Greg?
Well, the person he hit was carrying a clipboard. It looked more like an assistant coach or somebody involved with the program, not just a student. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but see?
Okay, so I thought from the original angle that I saw, I thought that was somebody that was holding the camera that he was swiping at, and that is what he's swiping at, right? He's swiping at the camera that's in front of the face of the kid.
He's swiping at a kid who's going by him, but the kid goes behind an assistant coach holding a clipboard.
Yes.
So when he swipes with the left hand to go after the phone,
right,
he smacks that assistant
necks
coach
him
going
in the back,
through, going through the handshake line right in the back of the head. And he's like, "What's going on here?" And then he points out at the kid.
Exactly. He just told the coach, "Hey, I just hit that kid right there, not you. I didn't mean to hit you."
Also, one of the rare occasions in which he can actually say it wasn't me, it was a one-armed man. Because right behind Coach Hoiberg is a one-armed man in a handshake line. Got to go righty there.
So you're saying that he gets to say today, it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man.
It was this guy.
Yeah, you guys are missing all
Totally
that.
missed that.
No, there's a lot going on in this video.
Yeah,
he
is.
apologized to the guy with the clipboard saying, I was hitting the guy behind you because he was putting the phone in the face and I swiped at the phone. And while you're all watching that, I'm all over the one-armed man.
He can't say it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man. The one-armed man was behind him. The one-armed man didn't have anything to do with this. You just wanted to have the ability to say it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man, and have plausible deniability and a rare set of facts and ingredients put in front of you that do allow you to say that, but it's implausible because the one-armed man didn't do anything.
Right.
He was an innocent bystander. He didn't move. He didn't move his hand.
Right, he swung and missed.
Also, the arm in question that is missing is the left hand, and as we know, the right handshake line, you got your right hand there. It would need to be a left hand that would go to the back of the head, or else you'd be able to see it from the front. If you had the right hand, you have to go like that, over the back.
The handshake line is unfair to the left-handed. I didn't realize that until right now. I didn't realize until you just mentioned it right now that the put it on the poll at Le Batard Show, Juju, is the handshake line biased unfairly against the left-handed person?
I think lefties have, they're ambidextrous in this point where they know what the deal is. You go in right-handed for a handshake. Have you ever gone left-handed for a handshake?
No, but I'm not left-handed. If I were left-handed, I think
No, lefties no. Lefties no. It would be a cultural faux pas if you went in for a left-handed handshake, and even lefties know that. Not just the handshake line. If I walked up to you with a left-handed handshake, you would look at me like a crazy person. I mean, who would do this? No, I don't like that at all. It feels uncomfortable.
But you're not left-handed.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, you're
no
saying
one gives left-handed handshakes.
You're not an ally.
You don't know.
You're speaking
anti-left.
You're speaking on behalf of the left-handed.
If
without
there's
being
anyone that's on the
left-handed.
left, it's me.
All right. I think we can actually blame this on the one-armed man. Let's run it back one more time.
We can't blame it on him. He didn't do anything.
Let's run the tape back.
Blame
There's a
it on
lot
him.
going on.
Blame it on him.
Yeah, all right. So right here, who knows what this kid is saying over here. But as you can see, we got Coach Hoiberg over here, right? He's over here. We got our one-armed man over here, all right? Now, field of vision, we have the assailant in question over there. And as you can see over here, we have one arm that is handshaking right now. And then, as you can see over here, we have,
He didn't do anything.
Implied
get that
guilt.
checked out.
Wrong what you just did there. I don't like how we're using the telestrator. I think that the world is unfair to the left-handed person.
Over here is
and
the,
They have their own scissors. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Okay,
Well,
they're fine.
okay, but they're not.
The assailant
They got
over
the
here.
left-handed scissor. They're
You
fine.
just got to keep running around.
What else do you want to give them, Dan?
I just don't want to exclude them in the handshake line, and I think that Jeremy is speaking on behalf of the left-handed with an authority that he doesn't actually have, that he thinks he has, where he's speaking for the left while not knowing what he's saying because he doesn't have the expertise in
Like
this area.
usual.
I don't know if somebody who is left-handed expects there must be left-handed people listening to this right now who are mad about the fact that the handshake line was not made for them, and they have to change their natural way of being in order to placate normalities.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Social
happen like
norms.
that. Yeah, I feel bad for the lefties.
You should. They're more likely to die in a horrific accident because the world was designed by right-handed people.
Never thought of that.
Also in college basketball, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Mick Cronin, one of Stugotz's favorites because he's still bouncing around out there. He's at UCLA now. They lost by 1 million last night, and he ejected one of his own players for a hard foul. Tom Izzo said after the game, I've never seen that before. I guess that's just Mick Cronin being Mick Cronin. Mick Cronin was not allowing his player to play dirty by fouling someone hard down 26 on a dunk, and so Mick Cronin ejected his own player, just sent him back to the locker room.
Yeah, I also love that later in that same game, after the game in the post-game thing, he got into an argument with a reporter, and he accused the reporter of raising his voice at the coach. And the reporter denied it, and Mick Cronin goes, everybody heard it!
All right, hold on a second. Let's get that sound right now and see if Greg Cody had paraphrased it correctly or just ruined the sound that we're throwing
Like
it to.
Amin says.
A specialty of mine.
What was your thought in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you.
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of
You really think I care about the other team's
No, I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just
Yeah, you are.
talking.
Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
That is great sound. And it is great as a comedic device. Now, he's angry here, and it's Mick Cronin. But as a comedic device, it is so funny to gaslight somebody. You raise your voice at me? Did you raise your voice at me? And he did. He got defensive and he got scared and he did raise his voice. And Mick Cronin went like, I'm in control here. You're the one who's not in control. He totally gaslit that report. I want to listen. I want to watch all of this again because this was wonderfully Mick Cronin giving him kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
What was your thought in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you.
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of
You really think I care about the other team's
No, I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
That's great.
This is one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yes.
I'm not kidding you because also Mick Cronin giving him the side eye the entire time.
Yes.
Talking to him out of the side of his mouth right up until he raises his voice and then he confronts him. Like it is magical manipulation of the entire situation where he is just simply bullying some poor kid reporter who still cares about UCLA basketball. I want to watch all of that one more time and dissect it together. Can we? And forgive me. I'm asking for genuine forgiveness here for beating this into the ground. But I want to study what it is that this man is doing. He's pissed off, okay? He's lost by 1 million. Mick Cronin doesn't want to be losing by 1 million anymore. He's been at this a long time. His team's not good enough. He's bothered. And he is being questioned in, the bowels, the concrete bowels of an arena by 5 people, one of whom he does not believe to be qualified to be asking him dumb questions about the student section.
Yes, and I want to throw in one quick aside. The rat's ass does not get nearly enough use in the context
Agreed.
of this. I
agree.
really
You think we need to
appreciate that.
use it more?
Yes.
I don't give a rat's ass because
Yes.
it's a dirty creature. It should be a pig's ass, right? Or shouldn't it be? I guess, I don't know.
That sounds weird. I don't give a pig's ass. No, it's got to be a rat's ass, right?
Rat's
Greg?
ass because it kind of rhymes.
And it's a little ass,
Yes.
right? A
I knew
pig
you-
ass is bigger.
I knew you guys were going to go here. So originally it started with I don't give a tinker's cuss. And then that turned into monkey's toss, monkey's uncle, monkey's butt, monkey's fart. Then they started turning it into other animals, which became rat's ass. And that's the one that stuck.
Nice.
That is a good history lesson
Yeah,
there.
it really is. Thank you, Jeremy.
So
You're very welcome.
It used to be a monkey. It used to be, take me through the hierarchy again.
I don't give a tinker's cuss. I don't
like
give
that
a
one.
monkey's toss, which toss being ejaculate. I don't give a monkey's uncle, monkey's butt, monkey's fart, etc. And then eventually, because people ran with that idea, created different animals.
Smaller animals, dirtier
Yep.
animals.
And it became I don't give a rat's ass, and that's the one that stuck through the mid 20th century.
The only one that I've heard about monkey's uncle is, what am I, a monkey's uncle?
Yeah, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Right.
As a just state disbelief. I'm sorry, I can't shake the one-armed coach. I didn't expect it. It was a twist that I didn't see coming.
He
Okay.
can't shake with the left either.
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
You blamed him, Mike. You blamed. He's
No,
an
I'm
in-
saying that the defense, it wasn't me, it was the one-armed man, actually applied in this case, which is not something that you see every day. Yeah. You only see it in the TV incarnation of The Fugitive and the major motion picture.
Now you're talking.
And he's right behind him in the frame, right under your noses. I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Folks, listen up. You know how some dogs have full government names? That's my dog, Samantha Bennett. 2 names. Sounds like she should be hosting a daytime talk show. But at home, she's just Benny, and she runs the place. If you're a pet parent like me, you already know about Chewy. And when they say they've got everything you need to help your pet stay happy and healthy, they are not messing around. Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands Benny loves. Food, treats, toys, beds, you name it, I order it, and it shows up 1 or 2 days later. And it's not just for dogs and cats, birds, fish, reptiles. If it has a heartbeat, Chewy's got something for it. To keep them healthy, Chewy offers prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and they're even rolling out vet clinics across the country. Honestly, I use Chewy, and you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Ryan. Now, if you've been following the show, you know I've been traveling, been super busy, been supporting my favorite football team with mixed results, right? Not the greatest hang so far in 2026. I try to find every excuse in the book. I had one buddy that was trying to invite me out. I wanted to stay in. He's like, come on, let's watch this NBA game. So I go over to his house, I watch this NBA game, and guess what? Something amazing happened. He pulled out the Miller Lights, and I knew right away I made the right call. Next thing you know, we're toasting, we're celebrating, we're having a great time, we're talking about nostalgia, we're talking about old friends that we had, and it was all thanks to Miller Lite, that icebreaker. Because when you actually say yes, and you actually show up, you want a beer that fits the moment. For me, that's Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you'll still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Don Le Batard. Mike Ryan's in there, and he's the one with a baby. He's the one who's got to, worry about what the future is. And Mike Ryan bet on DraftKings because Mike Ryan bet on us. This is the bet you're afraid of doubling down on? Putting up a billboard in Edmonton?
Stugotz.
I care more about Matthew Tkachuk than I do my daughter.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
A monkey's toss. When were they using that? A monkey's ejaculate they were using in the 1920s? They were trying to get that off the ground, and then it morphed into a rat's ass. I want to go back to the Cronin, though. Please watch this with me together so that you can have all of the context. This is a pissed off human being, okay? And when these guys...
Is there any other kind of Mick Cronin?
Correct. It is. Put it on the poll. Is it redundant to say it was a pissed off Mick Cronin? But when you approach people who are this wildly, stupidly competitive, and it's Fred Hoiberg, and you're a student, and you're shouting in his face with a camera, woo, after he's lost as a favorite at Iowa, as a top 10 team at Iowa, these people are so competitive, and at this moment, they're angry. So Cronin's embarrassed doubly. He's embarrassed because in front of his peer, Tom Izzo, he's just gotten his ass kicked. And on top of that, one of his players fouled hard down 26 and came close to injuring someone. And so Mick Cronin has ejected one of his own players from the game. It's something Tom Izzo, who's coached for a while, has never seen before. Just sent him away, ejected him. Now Mick Cronin is answering questions from what I believe to be a student reporter. And I want you guys to notice how that reporter's voice goes from a little bit higher when he was defensive to mouse quiet when Mick Cronin turns on him and stops giving him from the side eye and says, "You did raise your voice at me." And now he's threatening that poor, I'm assuming it's a kid because of how meek he got. I don't know why I'm making that assumption. I don't think it's fair to make that assumption, but for some reason, I think it's a student reporter. Let's watch it one more time.
What was your thought in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you...
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of
You really think I care about the other team's
No, I don't.
student
I don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just...
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you were. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
You know what's interesting about that to me is that both versions of rat's ass work. You can say, I could give a rat's ass, and you can say, I don't give a rat's ass, and they mean the exact same thing, even though they appear to be opposites.
Yeah. No, it happens with, the S word. I could give a bleep. You're saying like you could, or I don't.
Yeah.
But it usually means the same thing. They're synonymous.
Exactly.
Owen Ozzust, who is the reporter there, graduated from Michigan State in May of 2024, joining WILX-TV in mid-Michigan after that. He started as an intern there.
Can we get him on? I'd like to talk to him just about how all of this felt. Because also, it's not just I don't give a rat's ass or I could give a rat's ass. It's also I couldn't give a rat's ass.
That's true.
Which I think is probably the one he's supposed to be using. But to me, the funniest part of all of this manipulation, it's got layers of funny, is Mick Cronin saying, I already gave you the quote. Like, I already said the rat's ass. Right. You asked me a dumb question, and I gave you gold. I reacted the way you want me to. It's ideal in this circumstance. I gave you the emotion of rat's ass.
He knew.
And then I gave you, without ever looking you in the face, I gave you kudos. I gave you kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked. Because I don't care about the student section, because I'm Mick Cronin, because I'm angry. I've lost by 25. I just ejected one of my own players. I'm too old for this shit.
Are you raising your voice at me?
And then that, which is when the speed with which he goes from no eye contact to the chat, because he did not say to him with eye contact, you just asked me the worst question. He was looking straight ahead and didn't look at the reporter.
Also, without irony, he gave kudos for something that did not deserve kudos.
That's correct. Well, I think he was being sarcastic. I think that was obvious sarcasm.
Observation.
That was good from you to catch the sarcasm as we deconstruct this.
Yes.
But I would also. I'm going to play it again. I know I'm annoying you, but the reason I'm going to play it again is because I want you guys to dissect when Mick Cronin is amused with himself, because in the middle of all this, he also is pleased that he's insulted the reporter, and he smiles at the reporter for accepting the kudos. You guys saw that, right? He's like, oh, you want to spar? Okay. Like, what? This is a fighter that tastes blood in his mouth. And he's like, oh, it's a fight now? Okay, you want to accept my kudos? Wait till you see how I gaslight you for raising your voice and then make you talk like a mouse. Watch what happens here when you dare to make the eye contact with me, because he doesn't make the eye contact, I think, until after he's amused. He's smiling. Oh, you want to spar? Really? You want to spar with Mick Cronin?
What was your thoughts in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like the,
you should take it.
The preparation of
you really think I care about the other team's student
I don't think you care about the other
Are you raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on, yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody, this is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
Another great part of the manipulation is getting others in on the gaslighting. So he's like, dude, they all saw you. And everybody there is like, yeah, it's on camera. It's like, yeah, it is on camera. There's a guy with a camera. They're like, hey, it is on camera.
I just can't believe this isn't a guy who he already has a strong rapport with to be able to say that. Like, because if it's someone that's around the team a lot or you've known for 10 to 15 years and they're asking you this question to get under your skin, sure. But this guy is a reporter in Michigan. Mick Cronin coaches UCLA. They've only been in the Big Ten for a couple of years. This might have been their first interaction ever. And he's saying, I want to give kudos to you for asking me the worst question ever to a guy who's just in his mid-20s. Poor Owen Ozust.
Try and get him on so that I could talk
Already
to him.
tweeted at him.
I felt bad for you, Jeremy, while it is that we were talking to Andrew Friedman. And I'll tell you why. For people who love baseball, I assure you that they were drinking in every drop of what that human being said, because they know that the architecture of what it is that he's done in baseball makes him a bit of a pioneer. But I also sense that you were vastly more excited than the rest of the room. I felt like they were making fun of you. I believe at one point they were accusing you of monkey's toss in the corner, because you were making noises during the interview of enthusiasm.
Yeah, at around like the 9th orgasmic sound, Tony and I looked at each other. You're right, pal? He's like,
just trying to get them into the interview because they were more excited about the hockey game.
Well, because he was talking about the World Series, and there was like a series. It was like a triple header of monkey tossing, right? And I'm like, dude, what's going on over there? He's like, he's talking about the World Series.
Jeremy, talking about a backhanded play at shortstop.
You're over here like making noises to the Canada and Czechia game. And I'm like, yeah, but that game's happening right now.
He talked about a 3-0 changeup from Snell to Vlad Guerrero Jr. What do you expect from me to do?
It happened in October.
Come on, dude.
I'm with Jeremy on this, though.
Thank you.
It was that amazing a World Series, and to be next to that man as he suffered the thousands of ways they could have lost it, and also know that for all he knows, and he knows more than most, he didn't know that Miguel Rojas would save him.
Come on, he's got all the money.
Rojas.
In fact, largely been a failure over there.
That's what I wanted to ask him. Is like, if I could have asked you anyone on your team that would have been the World Series hero before the season started, how many people would you have named before you got to Miguel Rojas? Probably 25 of the 26.
More than more than that. He probably would have been more likely to take somebody from the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Than thinking that Miguel Rojas would be his World Series shortstop.
That's exactly how I sounded when I watched that happen. I don't even care. I'm not Miguel Rojas. This doesn't faze me at all.
Weirdo, like, I don't know. Like.
Remember when I said I hear worse things than whatever
Jeremy, I'm with you.
Look, we were talking about earlier.
Jeremy, I'm with you on this. I am riding sidecar with Jeremy on having enjoyed that. I don't like that Mike Ryan is making fun of you by doing what sounds like Andrew Luck having an orgasm.
Oh my God. Remember when I said yesterday I'm the only one that likes things?
I like baseball too. Like, it's just a weird reaction to have some like 5 months after it happened.
I think if you loved baseball and you loved that World Series, and why wouldn't you love that World Series even if you don't love baseball, you might have also been enthused by who was talking about the things that he was talking about. What I don't get is why it is Mike Ryan's strange Andrew Luck orgasm sounds a little bit like Lou Dobbs pronouncing a Mexican city that he can't pronounce.
The caravan of mostly Central American immigrants is now in the Mexican city of Oaxaca.
It's one of those sounds that stays with you, and you don't even catch it when it inspires you.
The Milk Dudley Boys.
Oaxaca.
That sounded like Andrew Luck's monkey toss.
Oaxaca.
Cracked oil.
Oaxaca. Oaxaca.
This is the first time Canada's trailed the entire Olympics, guys. This is nuts.
So you're now, it's the second period, though. Like they're
early.
Yeah, but I haven't seen them trail the Olympics. They've led for 144 minutes, been tied for 40, and since about 10 minutes left in the first period. After going down 1-0, Czechia stormed all the way back. And the Canadians appear to be in a bit of a fight right now for a quarterfinal that you looked at all the legacy powers. You thought that they would have the easiest time. Canada, bit of a rock fight.
Roy, why are you smiling?
I do care, but I wanted to play this. I can't give a rat's ass sound to his Canada's, but I actually do care, man. This is a big game. Yeah.
Okay, so you wanted to play the sound, but you were having an internal monologue with an argument with yourself. You were smiling,
because
laughing.
he could give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you were pretending not to give a rat's ass, but you're scared of their power play that has Sidney Crosby on it, that you had to acknowledge the other day that Sidney Crosby was the best player on the best power play that there has ever been, and you're scared of them, and you're wait a minute. Have we arrived at finally, Roy, genuine fear? Because you've claimed for 2 years you were never afraid. You were never afraid when the Panthers blew a 3-0 lead. You were never afraid when they were playing against Game 7 against Connor McDavid. Are you now saying that you're officially afraid of Canada?
Dude, I'm nervous about Sweden. Forget Canada. I'm worried about today.
So what's happening here? You have more faith in your Florida Panthers, a franchise that has lost for 30 years, than American hockey players who you've seen recently be great?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Un-American.
What is that? What sense does that make? You should pipe down, as Boomer Esiason likes to say. You should keep those thoughts to yourself. That feels not.
You're going too far.
That feels not American to me.
I could give a rat's ass.
Why wouldn't you have faith in your American patriotism and your American hockey player?
Yeah, Roy.
You're talking about blind faith. I mean, if you follow hockey or the international game of hockey, you know that Sweden's got some really good players on them, and this is going to be a bit of a battle.
You're rooting for them to lose right now, or do you want to see them? Like you want to play them?
I would love to see Canada versus the United States in the gold medal game. Even down 2-1, I've got more faith in Canada making it to the gold medal game than I do for the U.S. I think the U.S. loses today, and I hope I'm wrong. I'll be there in my USA sweater, my USA cap, rooting on my favorite Kachuk brothers, but I think this is a really tall order today. It's difficult over there in Europe. Like, it's not the same as the foreign nations. Yes, American hockey fans travel well, but I think there's going to be a very pro-Sweden crowd over there in Italy.
The Rocky Road Warriors.
President's Day savings are happening now at the Home Depot with up to 40% off select appliances. Looking to upgrade your fridge? Check out LG's newest model, serving up ice in all kinds of styles. Cube, crushed, craft ice, and now new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. From cold brew to fizzy favorites, these refrigerators will have you entertaining like a pro. Shop President's Day savings and get up to 40% off, plus free delivery on select appliances like LG at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $1,498 or more. Offer valid February 5th through the 25th, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS. Spring break isn't what it used to be. It's better. This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Visit bestwestern.com for complete terms and conditions.
Don Batard.
Yeah, it's not my favorite rejoin.
Context needs to be applied.
Going for a joke, and
I thought that context was applied.
We'd like to rip that out of context. I was going for a thing, and I have a family.
You're gonna pretend here that you don't love Matthew Tkachuk more than you love anybody you've ever loved.
I don't love Matthew Tkachuk more than my daughter.
Stugotz.
Now it's pretty damn close.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Greg, can I ask you, because I want to circle back around at what a professional irritant Matthew Tkachuk is. The Florida Panthers are beloved locally, but they are despised throughout the sport because they win and they like to annoy you, and they play a style of play that likes to annoy you. Chief among those players most likely to be an irritant, I mean, I guess it's Marchand historically, but Tkachuk would be in the conversation. For him to say to someone of Draisaitl's pedigree, always a bridesmaid, huh?
Love it.
It is cutting commentary that I believe outside of competition, no matter how much those two people might respect each other's skill set, I think saying that to Draisaitl is something that is cruel enough that Draisaitl will now arrive at never liking you. If you're a teammate of his in the future, like it's so annoying, meant to get in the probity of wherever an athlete of that skill set would have any insecurity. To have someone say that to your face that way, to give that thought voice, seems to me to be something that if I'm Draisaitl, I would not forgive.
No, or forget. But I love that. In the sports history of South Florida, the teams that I've enjoyed the most are the teams of ours that have been really, really good, championship good, and also outspoken. Also the teams that everybody else hated. I'm thinking of the mid to late 80s Hurricanes in football. I'm thinking of the Big Three Heat in basketball. And I'm thinking of Marchand and Matthew Tkachuk leading a Panthers team that isn't afraid to be the one you want to fight because you know how good they are, and they'll tell you how good they are.
Those teams do have a little extra added juice, not just highly successful, but the tough teams to play, the irritants.
Yep.
Those have a legacy that tend to linger on. It's just a crazy chirp from a Matthew Tkachuk, who's presently well outside the playoff picture right now, and the reports were from those that were around the ice during the Stanley Cup final last year, a rematch of the previous one, they had never heard chirping like that ever. They said it was some of the most vile taunts that they had heard in a Stanley Cup final. Like, legit, those two teams hate one another so much so that it carries over to the Olympics, which is supposed to represent the best of athletics. That's what the crazy part of it was. It wasn't that he was chirping at him. I'd expect him to do that in the NHL. For him to still be putting the Florida Panther banner on his back and chirping at Draisaitl during a USA-Germany game in which the Germans were 4.5 goal underdogs, it's pretty funny. Even for Matthew, it's extra.
Yeah, I mean, but he still thinks of Draisaitl as an Edmonton player. You know, he's not thinking, well, I'm chirping against a German guy. He's thinking of harking back to the 2 Stanley Cups in a row. I love it. I think it's great. Spicy.
Pablo Torre tomorrow is doing a different kind of story than the ones that he has been reporting most recently, where it regards investigations. He is telling the story tomorrow of Ronnie Cycli. Some of the folks around here who have been listening for a long time remember that Ronnie Cycli was the original center on the original Miami Heat team. He was their best player for a few years when they had very bad teams. Some other people listening may not know anything about the basketball career of Ronnie Cycli and only know him later in life as somebody who's an accomplished DJ and is really good at electronic music and has a following that is substantive. But the story that Pablo Torre is telling, a story that has not been told before, is how it is that Ronnie Cycli specifically helped Magic Johnson when everyone was afraid to play against Magic Johnson because the fear of HIV made it so ignorant that Magic Johnson wasn't sure that he was going to be able to play amongst peers because people like Karl Malone were saying, I don't want that bleeding on me. And that was a pervasive feeling throughout that league that Karl Malone was putting his voice on, but not a lot of people were doing what Ronnie Cycli was doing, which is, that's ignorant. Of course, I'm going to play. All these years later, Pablo Torre is reconstructing how it is that Magic Johnson still gives Ronnie Cycli credit for making what was a time in the NBA that was deeply ignorant and deeply fearful, make it so that Magic Johnson could reinvent himself, both playing basketball and in the career that followed that would have him in ownership. He is one of the most powerful athletes there have ever been because of how he got into ownership long before and in other sports, not even in his sport.
No, he's a trailblazing black entrepreneur.
Well, just an entrepreneur, period. You don't have to make it black. Any athlete ever, in terms of sports ownership, very few have used their power the way Magic Johnson did. And Pablo Torre is going back to the time when he needed cover from Ronnie Cycli in order to be able to continue playing, and still thanks him to this day because of how fearful the time was. It's one thing to have Karl Malone saying what he was saying in public. He was saying something a lot of people were thinking and behaving like in private, but not willing to say publicly.
Pablo's got this reputation around him that
a bad one.
Yeah, I heard in the office, like, oh, Pablo's doing a story on Ronnie Cycli. I'm like, hold up now. Ronnie's one of the good guys. What are we doing?
I know.
Everything that I know about Ronnie Cycli is that he is a good dude. My interactions with him have all been great. I know, like, from nightlife people down here, that Ronnie Cycli is one of the good guys. Tell me this is a favorable story, the rare Pablo favorable feature. And I'm happy to find out it
I don't think that it's rare. I just think Pablo's reputation now precedes him.
Okay. But especially in the realm of the NBA, when I first heard that Pablo was doing something on Ronnie Cycli, I also thought to myself, well, what's the controversy? What has Ronnie gotten himself into? To hear the real story is sweet. It's a nice bow on Cycli's career. I think because he played on the expansion era Heat, Cycli's never gotten the credit he deserves. I think to this day he's like third on the team in all-time rebounds. He was a good player.
The Miracle Whip violence connection.
Oh, elbows out, knees out, every board. They don't make him like Ronnie anymore.
Does he still hold?
They do, actually.
His name is Batard. Yeah. Exactly like him.
No, that is not like him at all.
What do you mean, Harry?
You catch that court time last night?
He got 3 minutes.
Inspiring.
He got beat in the post twice and then was immediately benched. He is not Ronnie.
He's got
Cycli.
cinder blocks for feet. That's okay.
He provided his coach a blueprint like, okay, this is not the Altuntaj game.
No, you guys insult Ronnie Cycli. Ronnie Cycli was not only a lottery pick. Ronnie Cycli, I believe, had more rebounds in a single game than any Heat player ever, and maybe it was like a record-breaking. Give me the career high that Ronnie Cycli had for rebounds in a single game, because I don't think it has happened very many times in the history of basketball that somebody is in the 30s in rebounds. And
34 rebounds. I knew it was hovering around 30. 34.
You're insulting. Listen to what you guys just did.
Well, if you gave Sully Altuntaj that kind of playing time
Have
on
you seen
that
him in
bad
Europe,
team.
Dan? In Europe, that guy's grabbing boards.
Any part of Sully Altuntaj.
34 in a game. Ronnie Cycli had 34 rebounds in a game, then became a DJ.
They're not really missing that many shots in NBA games anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But he was getting a lot of offensive rebounds in that game because that Heat team was so bad.
Fourth all-time in rebounds for the Heat. It's Haslam, Bam, Alonzo Mourning, and then Ronnie Cycli. But he did it in just 6 seasons.
Did he date Madonna? Or was that John Sally? That was Spider?
No, that was Brian Shaw.
Oh, wow.
It was Brian Shaw.
Was it all three of them?
May have been.
Madonna in the 90s, pal.
It may have been. Yeah, I don't know. I think he also doesn't he hold the career record for double doubles for the Miami Heat? Because you guys are really insulting. You're not
Wade might have
respecting.
gotten that.
You're not respecting the career of Ronnie Cycli when
It could
you
be Bam.
when you say that he's altutash.
It's Bam, but Ronnie Cycli is the record that he broke.
And I'll tell you, when it comes to dating Madonna, I wouldn't count out Sally Altuntaj either.
Put it on the poll, please, at Le Batard Show. When it comes to dating Madonna, would you count out Altuntaj? I'm scared of his first name because the spelling is different than how you're pronouncing it. And
just put your hand over your mouth slightly when you're unsure how to pronounce someone's name. No one seized on that yet.
According to an article from Deseret.com on April 1st of 1994, Madonna had turned up at several Knicks games and reportedly had also dated basketball stars. Charles Barkley and Ronnie Cycli. Starls, damn it.
You idiot.
Canseco as well.
A-Rod
as well.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner?
No, not Kevin Costner.
Really? Kevin Costner is a bit of a Lothario. Remember, there were all those things coming out from Sundance that he was shooting his shot with J-Lo recently.
I love Madonna.
In Madonna's documentary, Truth or Dare, when she was meeting Kevin Costner, who was the biggest star, she put her finger in her mouth and made a gagging sound as soon as he walked away because she was so disgusted by him.
Which is crazy, because later in the movie, she starts gagging for another reason around Warren Beatty. My dad took me to see that. I'm like, what is this with the Coke bottle?
Your dad took you to go see the Madonna documentary?
Yeah. Highly inappropriate. I was like 4.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Truth or Dare, he picked Dare.
What terrible parenting from your father.
Midnight Snack Express.
Sidney Crosby's in the locker room. What? Radko got him. Ooh, the butcher.
Did he?
Butcher sent Sid the Kid to the locker room.
What, he just, with thuggery? Did he give it to
the street stuff. Hey everybody, it's Mike Ryan. Now, if you've been following the show, you know I've been traveling, been super busy, been supporting my favorite football team with mixed results, right? Not the greatest hang so far in 2026. I try to find every excuse in the book. I had one buddy that was trying to invite me out. I wanted to stay in. He's like, come on, let's watch this NBA game. So I go over to his house. I watched this NBA game, and guess what? Something amazing happened. He pulled out the Miller Lights, and I knew right away I made the right call. Next thing you know, we're toasting, we're celebrating, we're having a great time. We're talking about nostalgia. We're talking about old friends that we had. And it was all thanks to Miller Lite, that icebreaker. Because when you actually say yes, and you actually show up, you want a beer that fits the moment. For me, that's Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.